All right, everybody, it's Tiana Adeje. I am actually here with the Mendezes. I have Christina, also known as Gigi Mendez, and I also have her husband, which is Jacob Mendez, also known as Lyrikal Profet. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. We are good. Yes, ma'am. Good to be on with you.
Yes. And I know, Gigi, I had you on the last time, and we were talking about female rap artists, but today I'm actually going to take a little turn, and I'm actually wanted to talk to you guys about dealing with interracial marriages, because I know you guys, your ethnicities are not the same, but yet your love is so strong. And so I just want to ask, how long have you guys been married?
It will be 11 years in August.
All right, 11 years in August. Sounds good. Well, like I said, I'm going to just jump it off with the first question. How did you or would you handle a situation where someone made it like it's a bad thing to love someone outside of your race?
We kind of face different things often, but love has no color. I mean, I don't think God has a color. He's just God. So when it comes to love, you love who you love.
Yeah.
I've never dated outside of my race before my husband, but if it were presented to me, I probably wouldn't care. I'm pretty nonchalant. I probably wouldn't care. I probably wouldn't give it the time of day because it's just petty. You know, a lot of times there are people that just simply don't understand the definition of love, so they'll judge certain situations the wrong way.
Yeah, that's true. You got anything to add?
Yeah, and I mean, I would agree. I mean, there's you can't help who you love, regardless of race, regardless of background, regardless of whatever it is. You can't help who you love, and I mean, when God brings that person in your life, then what you gonna say? No,
right?
I mean, I just always, I've always been my preference have always been black women. That was just growing up. Even my mom would tell me, I don't know why you trying to date these other girls. You got to with the black woman.
Yeah.
So, but that was my preference, and who I prayed for, what I prayed for, and so. But yeah, I mean, I just think you can't help what you love.
That's true, and like both of you said, even though you can't help who you love, it also goes with what Gigi was saying as well. It's like why the preference? I mean, well, I know the preference, but at the same time, it's like when it comes to just being picky about it, you never know what that person has to offer until you just give them the opportunity. And like she said, I mean, it comes in all colors and everything else. What would you all say has been a major challenge today for most interracial couples?
A challenge for us is probably moving back to the South.
Oh, really?
Right.
We get everything, like literally, God rest his soul. One of my mom's old neighbors saw us, and she saw us every day. She was the neighbor that just, an older lady that just sat and watched out of the window. And one day, my mom gets this letter in the mail, and it was a blank envelope. But you look in the envelope, and she says, in the inside of the envelope, it was a letter that says, "We know you're harboring illegal."
Wow.
It was so funny to us. Like, we laughed at it. It was so funny, but at the same time, it was like, wow, how dare you?
Yeah.
But some things you have to laugh off. But we knew it came from her. She was that type that would kind of criticize everything that wasn't Caucasian. So that was kind of who who she was. But challenges. I think in today's society, it's such an inclusive time that we're living in, that the challenges are a lot different than they were. Thank God for the ones that came before us that paved the way for interracial couples, because we don't have it as bad. I will say there are a lot of different organizations that will discriminate against us, whether it's real estate companies or just different organizations that may try to up the price on the entrance or just any type of thing like that. That's a big challenge that we have to deal with.
Wow. I mean, go ahead. You can go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, the challenge is just living every day. I mean, people, regardless of what of what our relationship may be, people regardless are going to always have something to say. They're gonna always have their opinions. As my wife was saying, we get the looks and we get the we get stares and it didn't, like she said, it's not as much as it's more so here in the South than what it was when we lived in California. Which for us it's not. I mean, we don't look at it as something that is a factor in our relationship. You know what I mean?
True.
And just because we know that we know what God has called us together for. I mean, yeah, it could be challenging to when we do apply for certain things, or people look at us just and see us just for us being me being Hispanic and her being African American. I mean, the society just looks at color and thinks differently. It's sad. They just think differently if you're not if you're not what society thinks you should look like. Right.
It's almost like a lifelong matching game, and it's just hard to put things together when it's coming from somebody else's perspective, because they don't know they don't know what your need is, or what your strength is, or what what you're looking for, like you said earlier, because you knew what you wanted, and so did she, and by the grace of God, you guys found each other, and that's what it's about. It's not about just finding things that are like in common most of the time. I believe that it's not always about what's in common, because I mean the commonality can kind of fade after a while, because it's like, to me, it's kind of like a hobby, or it's something that is only temporary and that can change. So for example, like like if you're elementary, we both like to color. Yeah, but after a while, it's like, okay, I'm tired of coloring. What else I want to do? So it's like it's just finding your niche when it comes to the right type of love that that you're desiring and things like that, I believe. Did you both have support from your families when you got married?
I think we did. My family definitely was very supportive. They were I would say above and beyond supportive.
That's good.
Yeah, my dad is actually the one who married us. Everything happened, just came into play with us, right when my mom passed away. And so God really put us together and brought us closer in that time that my mom had passed away. And so most definitely, my family was very supportive on it. And I mean, to this day, they still are. So I mean, it was never an issue, for anything. Yeah, I mean, and I think your family was...
My family was supportive. My family was rather shocked that he was so clean cut and not a thug, but
yeah, right.
possibly. But yeah, my family was definitely supportive. They probably liked him more than I did.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, it was. I thank goodness we didn't have any issues. We had a lot of support from both of our families.
Mm-hmm.
His mom actually knew that we would marry even before we were together. Literally, I did marry my best friend. We were best friends, and we found out after his mom passed that she had spoken to one of his aunts saying, "I think this girl is the girl that Jacob's gonna marry." So definitely, she knew that we were gonna be married. But yeah, literally, we were friends, and our families kind of knew of us being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that kind of made it a little easier too.
That's good. What do you admire the most about your spouse?
I'll go first. My husband has impeccable integrity. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. Like, it on all surfaces. He put me in check. Like, no, we can't do that.
yeah.
No, we got to do it like this. Oh, we can't. But integrity is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity is honor to a family, and for the leader of the family to hold integrity, I think is everything. I've seen so many people try and function without integrity, and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But his integrity, the way that he cares for our family and doesn't take any shortcuts. He's not gonna say, "Oh well, we'll do this. I know it's kind of wrong, or I know this is against the law, but as long as don't nobody know."
Mm-hmm.
He's not that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy that says, "Okay, God, I'm practicing integrity. Can you honor this? We need help."
Mm-hmm.
A prayer would go a lot further than claiming kids that we don't have on our chest.
Yeah.
But yeah, integrity is everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about my spouse talking to me the wrong way. I don't have to worry about him talking about me to other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Things don't come back to me that, "Oh girl, this, that, and the third." I know what I got. I know what I signed up for, and I thank God for it, because for me it's a testimony.
Yeah.
And I would say the most thing that I admire, and from day one,
mm-hmm.
that I've always admired about my wife is her relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but when you have a strong spouse who is a strong spouse who is spiritually strong, not just in the natural, but
mm-hmm.
is spiritually strong. That is what is supportive. In my eyes, that's what is supportive. What a husband needs.
Yeah.
Someone who, because we get weak. We get to the point we get frustrated. Especially the man of the house. We have to carry the things of it's our job to pray, to fast, to make sure that there's food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that the woman is supposed to do that, because I totally believe it. My wife is that type of woman, but I believe that that's what God has called the man. Because God called the woman to be a helpmate. and I believe part of the woman being a helpmeet is to be spiritually strong. And I definitely love that about her. I mean, she has her relationship with God, and that's one of the things that I really fell in love with once I really got to know her. And that's an important thing, in my opinion. That's important.
Most definitely. Just having that foundation, and
right.
for you to be the male, I don't want to say factor, but for you to have the position that you have as the male, and just combining the two, because it's like finding what is lacking. Not to say that your relationship with God isn't strong either, but it's just from what you recognize in one another, and just how you can pull from each other, and that's key. Like you said, is very key to have that spiritual foundation, because I mean,
right. I mean, we'll sit here nights on end just talking about the Word of God, and talking about Scripture, and I mean, a lot of times our conversations are based on not trying to sound like we're holier than thou, because I don't want to sound that way, but
what's going on in the world with Scripture.
That's just that I think that's important to have with each other. I mean, definitely the man has to be spiritual as well. I mean, you can't lead your home if you're not.
It's not good for man to be alone.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Last question for you guys. What do you all love to do as a family?
You can answer that because you probably know better than me.
Well, personally, my favorite thing to do outside of being home is going to the movies.
Oh,
that's our thing.
That is mine and my wife's thing. Like,
yeah.
So you could imagine with us being on lockdown for over a year.
Not over a year. It has literally.
Had been to a movie theater. That's really the only thing we did outside of church besides our music. Was we always went to go see a new movie, or that was just that's just our thing. That's what we at least that's what I love to do. And I don't know if my wife just loves to do it because I do, but
I'm a movie buff. I love movies.
Yeah. Have you all attempted to do like your own makeshift theater, like probably set a TV out in the backyard or something and just camp out there and watch movies?
We actually have a projector, and we've been talking about projecting a movie off of the house.
Hey,
I don't know.
I think it'll work. I think it'll work, because this has been. It's funny how you said lockdown for a year, because it is literally about to be a whole year for this foolishness.
Yeah.
But for you, I mean,
my family came to visit us for the holidays, and we actually rented out a theater while they were here.
Yeah.
We rented a theater out, and we all went to the movies together.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool to do, because the theaters around here are letting you rent them out for depending on the movie, whether it's old or new, depending on the cost. So that's what we did as a family when they came, and I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, that was the first time we had went to had been to a theater.
And we were in there with our bottles of Lysol.
Yeah. You got to. Better safe than sorry. But it's definitely bringing out the creativity in a lot of people, and for you guys to be able to rent out a theater, that's big. That's major. That's good.
If I left it up to my wife, we'd be in the house all day, every day.
Oh my goodness. I always say that God must have known that I needed a good old-fashioned quarantine.
Right. Something to settle you down and sit you down for a minute.
Yes, I'm a homebody.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. So, just in wrapping it up, I do once again. I appreciate you guys just for taking this time out to just, just get this questionnaire in. But do you have any advice that you would like to give anybody that may be struggling with the whole interracial situations and things like that? Just feeling, I don't want to just say down and out, but just really having those struggles in their marriage.
I would say make sure that God is the center of everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The threefold cord, the Bible says, not easily broken. Mm-hmm. But you got to make sure that, along with your spouse, that third cord is God. Mm-hmm. God is unbreakable. So it's not going to be easy to break the threefold cord. I would also say learn to embrace one another and one another's culture. Mm-hmm. Just tonight, we had Mexican rice and tacos. Mm-hmm. And when we were living in California, his dad pretty much taught me how to make all the food that I knew my husband liked. Mm-hmm. So, embrace one another's culture. Jake knows how to cook what I like. I know how to cook what he likes. And a lot of what he likes is soul food. So, just embrace one another. And be open to new things. Mm-hmm. Be open to explore different cultures. Mm-hmm. And it's work. Just remember that it's work. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be easy. It's work. Anything that's worth working for is worth keeping. Mm-hmm. And we work pretty hard, and we're not going to let anything come between the hard work that we put in and what God has done. So,
yeah. I mean, definitely it has to be God all the way in the, mm-hmm. In the center of the relationship. I would also add, stay friends. Don't, once you're married and you're together, don't stop being friends. My wife and I were friends, turned into best friends for about a year, maybe more, before we had even gotten married. Mm-hmm. And in our, even to this day in our relationship, we're still friends. We mm-hmm. talk to each other like we did before we were married. I mean, we're still friends. Like, and I think that's important. Besides keeping God in it, keep that friendship. Because if you have that friendship, you build on that, and nobody can separate you. Nobody. It doesn't matter who it is. So I think that plays an important factor as well. A lot of people when they hear that we've been married now going on 11 years, a lot of people are like, wow, mm-hmm. marriages don't last that long nowadays. Mm-hmm. Like, really? Mm-hmm.
And we actually like each other.
Right.
Right.
That's important. Yeah.
We definitely, even if we were the same, the same race, it would still be the same. I mean, we keep God first, and then we stay friends, and we love each other no matter what, whether we get on each other's nerves or not. Mm-hmm. We got to love each other.
Yeah, that's true. Well, as I have said before, I appreciate you all for answering and just taking this time out, and just happy
we
early.
Appreciate you having us.
Oh, yes, no problem. Well, happy extra early anniversary to you guys, and many more. Again, this is the Mendez family. Gigi, aka Christina, and Lyrical Profet, aka Jacob, the Mendez. Thank you all once again, and you all have a beautiful night.
Good night.
Alrighty, y'all. Alrighty, see y'all.